So today I'm going to be talking about the care crisis in the UK and what stakeholders are not talking about concerning the care sector and what would be if necessary steps is not taken right now. Welcome to this channel. My name is Iamwinyjoe and I speak on issues concerning immigration, life as an international student or a previous international student, and my general life in total. And I also like to share my views on some key areas that concerns immigration. If you're new to this channel, please click on the subscribe button. And if you've been with me, thank you so much. Don't forget to share to your friends and don't forget to watch this video to the end. Well, as you know it, the care sector has had a lot of immigration changes starting from 2 years back. Even last year, we've had so many major changes. And then coming to this year again, they've brought up more changes saying that you cannot bring in more people from overseas unless those within the UK that are displaced from their current job are resettled into jobs that need sponsorship. So what does that entail to you as a care worker? It entails so many things, even the fact saying that you can no longer bring in dependents in your care visa and so much more. Now, the thing is this. When you go online and you see a lot of people talking about carers, talking about immigration, they fail to realize that a lot of immigrants that have come into the UK legally are very well qualified people, because they do not understand the immigration process. These people have been vetted, told to show their bank statements, to show that they can take care of themselves. They've been made to show certifications, proof of English language, and so much more. So a lot of people are in the care sector because of the visa restrictions. Because you see some people saying, you don't know, to immigration, and what about the doctors and the lawyers and the engineers they said they were going to bring? Well, they did bring them. They did come. The thing is, they are unable to work in the sector in which they are brought in because of the restrictions on their visa. For instance, a pharmacist. Do you know that a pharmacist needs to do another licensing, another exam, another qualification just to practice here in the UK? Do you know that about lawyers, barristers? Do you know that about doctors? Do you know that about nurses? Do you know that about other areas? No. The thing is, the care crisis that is about to come will start in a few years' time. And this is what stakeholders are failing to see. Because all they see is immigrants, all they see, in fact, I think most of the immigration laws are in there to tackle the legal immigrants, and I think the other ones, the other kind of people that come in through any other means, I think they are sort of overlooked, and even those voices are being raised concerning that aspect. But I still think the legal immigrants are still under constant attack by the society in general. Yes. So now, talking about care, talking about the care sector that people have failed to understand is this. The people, as I said earlier, that have come into the UK, they are actually qualified doctors, nurses, lawyers, engineers, as the case may be, finance practitioners, accountants, digital scientists. But the thing is that they can't practice here in the UK, as I said earlier, due to visa restrictions and due to the fact that they need further qualifications, further licensing to prove that they have the right amount of knowledge, the right amount of understanding of the society in order to practice in here. Now, what happens when the visa restrictions is lifted up? What happens is this. They start to grow, they start to show themselves as more capable people, more capable citizens, capable of helping the British economy. Yes, a lot of immigrants today have even gone further to start businesses of their own, viable businesses of their own. And if the government is able to cut down a lot of taxes and all that setbacks that affects self-employed people or new startup businesses, these people, the immigrants, are meant to blow. They are meant to succeed. The care crisis that's going to come up is this. A lot of people are just going into the care sector because that's the ready job they can do for now, and because it just entails taking care of the elderly people and all of that. And this is something, as an African, this is something we already do at home. We take care of our elderly ones in the community, in the village, because a single village, or instead, a single family could be a family of about 20-something people, and then you have the matriarch, which is like the grandmother, and you have their mothers, and they have the elder sisters, which are all above 50 upwards. And who take care of them? The younger ones, the youths in the family. So that's where caring begins in the African home. And so doing this to the community at large and all of that, where you find people making traditional native medicines to help people in the community, or just doing rallies and age groups events just to help the elderly and the disabled in the community. So coming to the UK to care, to work as a carer, is not biggie. It's not big deal for an immigrant, especially from those coming from the African origin. It's no biggie. And that's the reason why, even because the care sector, even if you do not have enough experience, they're willing to train you. Yeah, so that's why they're able to read through all those training courses. Because if you go to some care homes, some care organizations, you discover there is the immigrants that get to finish all the training courses more easy, more faster than the people, the society, the people at home, the people that are indigenous to the country. Yeah, that's because they come with a drive, they come with willingness, and they're able to finish 20 courses and begin work immediately. This is this. What people need to factor, the stakeholders making all of these rules needs to factor, is this. The moment the people, the immigrants, at least I know that 75% of them, they are well learned, because they are coming in as students and they have the master's degree. This is master's degree that even the indigenous people do not have. FT certifications that most indigenous people do not have. So now, if they're able to get over the visa restrictions and are able to practice what they really are, what happens to the care sector? And that is the reason why care organizations has to start looking for ways to convince them, especially those that does not have any problem changing careers, switching careers to become professional carers, especially those that didn't have enough qualification and they came here and they got the training they needed, they did all of the courses, now they have the certifications and they're willing to do every Q3, 4, 5, as the case may be. The care homes, the care management, the care sector has to think of ways to retain them. So when they're out of the visa restrictions, they're still willing to stay. And how is this done? If all that red tapeism and all that boundaries is losing up a bit, if racism is out of it, discrimination is out of it, if abuse is out of it, if bullying is out of it, harassment is out of it, then these people will want to stay. If not, it's going to be a lot of short-staffed care homes, short-staffed care organizations nationwide. Now, what happens when the skilled workers, because I saw someone's comments on the internet the other day saying the skilled workers are actually skilled. So what happens if they leave the care sector and they go into their real skillmanship? It means there'll be a lot more people applying for the same kind of jobs. It means that more jobs needed to be created in all that sector, and you need more people on hands, like the sector, the train drivers, the bus drivers, the lorry driver, the long vehicle drivers, they're short-staffed, right? And then the care sector short-staffed. So what happens when these people are out of the visa restrictions and decide to go into where they love or where they've been skillful to in all along? So I think these are the questions that the stakeholders need to ask. Instead of just sitting down and thinking of ways to put immigrants in a tighter box, I think more references or more attention should be given to those that are fraudulently trying to come in, rather than those that actually legally come in. Do you know a lot of people do not realize that to come into the UK, you need to spend at least £10,000? And tell me, if you're able to save that much from an African country, it means you're no small person. Because even here in the UK, you're unable to save £10,000 in a year, 2 years, 3 years maybe. Yeah, but this is an amount that you can easily get in Africa because of the way the mixed economy operates. So now, if you're telling me someone from a mixed economy Africa coming over here and they can pay that amount of money in visa fees, health insurance, because people think that we use the NHS for free. It is not free. It is not free. People are charged for that, okay? So what happens when you pay for that, and you pay for the visa, insurance fees for your health, and your flight fees and all of that? It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. So it means that legal immigrants are no small people. They are no poor people. They are no unfortunate people as you want them to think as a British. They're not, okay? These are people that are actually willing to work and put in their best into the economy. And the least thing they need is for you to victimize them or make them take the fall for whatever. Even if it's not even their fault, you take the fall. In fact, after this video, I'm going to be doing another video telling you about my experience in the care sector as a domiciliary care worker and why I wouldn't be going back there, because I've been discouraged out of that sector. I think it's high time we begin to talk about this so that because I just feel the stakeholders and the government, they're just looking at one side of the story. They need to hear our own voice, the immigrant voice, and see things from our point of view, and maybe they'll be able to will be able to help them make the right decision and balance things up. So no side is lacking. Right? So I just feel it should be talked about, and there are more things that should be figured, to be put into consideration when new laws or more immigration laws are being made. I'm going to talk more about this later. Let me not bore you so much, but thank you so much for watching this video to the end. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bye.